Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brad Watt from Cage Warriors. You're watching the Fight Week Show. Like, share, and subscribe for all that good stuff. You do not want to miss this.
What's happening, Fight Week Show people, Fight Week Show fans, them, and look who we got in the house. We have Nikita Bagley. How you doing, my brother?
All good, bro. Pleasure to be here chatting to you, mate. All good in the
Oh,
hood.
oh my God, it's been a minute since I've been trying to get a hold of you to come on the show. I'm just glad we're able to get it done and have you on the show right here. How you
We're
doing?
here.
How you doing since your last fight on the 17th of March? Going
Mate,
out, showing out the way you did. How you feeling after that fight, there, brother?
I mean, I feel great. Like as you can imagine, first round, easy win. Do you know what I mean? This is what we train for. This is the perfect scenario. Like come in, take no damage, finish the fight early, in a good fashion, get out. That's what it's all about. So this is where the hard work pays off.
It's always good when when you go out there and get things done in a fashion where all the preparations, like you said, everything just comes into play and you execute it like that. But I want to take you back to where it all started and how you how you even came to end up in a crazy spot like this. um uh, Take us back to like your humble beginnings, if you like. um to just get the people, because we've got a lot of young fans, a lot of young people that that follow this sport and want to follow people like yourself in your footsteps. How do you get it done? How do you get to this point from the beginning?
Well, first of all, as you may know, I was born in Ukraine, yeah, back in 1997,
Mm,
and moved to England in 2011. Yeah, along the side of playing football, going swimming, doing self-defense classes in school, I got
mm,
into a martial art called wushu. Actually, I think it was my cousin who really wanted to try it, and I wasn't really sure about it, but he
mm.
kind of dragged me into it. Um, and yeah, I ended up doing it, but I was more interested in the combat side of wushu because I was doing just the forms, but I was actually interested in doing like some one-on-one contact fighting sort of thing,
Yeah.
which was like boxing, kickboxing, takedown. Once you get the takedown, you go back up. So every now and then we'll be lucky enough, coach would let us like have it out a little bit on the mat doing that, and I loved it. But I never really got to compete properly or train it properly. So, but as soon as I moved to England, that's when I got into kickboxing and jiu-jitsu pretty much straight away. Straight after I moved over,
Mm.
my stepdad was like, "We need to keep you busy because obviously you've been an active kid in Ukraine. We need to get you doing something here." Um, and also, I couldn't speak the language either, so like I needed something to, you know,
Wow.
to have like a community or some sort of community to get
Yeah, yeah,
myself
yeah,
involved with and spread my roots a little bit.
yeah.
And yeah, when I got to the academy, I started training at a local club in Camberley called Precision Martial Arts,
Right.
and that's where it kind of began. Like as soon as I walked through the doors, um, I was like, I just asked them, "Do you do competitions?" I don't even know why, but I was just interested in doing it. I was interested in competing,
Right.
and they said yeah, and yeah, I could barely talk English, and it was funny because the way they were trying to explain things to me, they were like writing things on the board, and they was just like this, yes, this, no, and it's like you know, language of like we're just communicating through our bodies, body
Yeah.
language, communicate, and
Right.
like fighting. You don't need to talk much to
Mm.
understand fighting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm.
And yeah, and that's how it began, and ever since then, I kind of just trained like every day, with intent to make it really. But it's like as a kid, you hope to be this one thing, but it's like it's hard to actually think that it's possible. Do you know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like obviously
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
wanna you wanna be this person, but you're still in school. You still like you're looking for part-time job. Do you know what I mean? Like reality is one thing, and then your mind, what you want to do, and the life you want to live is another thing.
That for real.
But yeah, and I'm still like on my way to that. You know what I mean?
It's it's interesting because coming from your background, not being able to speak a word of English, you come over here, learn the language, and learn your trade as well. That's some impressive shit. It's serious thing, man. That shit is impressive, and it also shows your ability to pick up new skills as
Yeah,
you
to
go
be
along.
honest, like obviously I started the school 1 week after I moved countries too, and
Hmm.
it was a strange experience looking back, like because I didn't realize what I actually went through until now. I'm looking back now, I understand what I've actually been through. Obviously, I was immersed into that environment, and I
Yeah,
was just getting on with it. I wasn't really like looking at it from the outside perspective of what was happening because I was that foreign kid, yeah,
yeah.
in England, and all the kids were coming up to me. They're like, "Oh, you're that foreign guy," like, and they're
Hmm.
trying to like say hello to me and have a conversation, but I couldn't even say much back. I was just like,
All
"Hello," like, yeah, with an accent as well. I had a thick accent.
right.
Um, so yeah, it was funny, and they had to move me down a year as well,
Hmm.
just so that I have the chance to pick up the language a little bit, so I could actually pass my GCSEs, because
That's
obviously
incredible, man.
I should have been in year 10. I should have been in year 10, and they moved me down to year 9. So that was a bit of a weird experience, but yeah, we got it done. Got my GCSEs as well. So happy days.
That's impressive, man. I mean, your ability to learn new skills, to adapt in new environments, and even take on the career that you've taken on right now just goes to show the type of person that you are, and what your capability is. Especially in pressure environments, in new environment where you have to adapt and get and get yourself going and get things done. This doesn't come easy for most people. It's what I'm trying to say. So kudos to you on that one there, man. You know what I mean? You pulled the big one out of there. You train at GB Top Team. Fantastic, fantastic. I mean, the team that you lot got over there. We got a few friends on the show over there. As I mentioned to you, people like Simeon Powell. Manu Makoneto, the butcher's daughter. One of
Mhm.
my great Kate Batchick. She's crazy. She's insane. We love her over here. And yourself right now. How does it feel having that fight, because I'm always looking across at your gym, because we get on with a lot of your fighters and we see how everybody gets on in the gym. You know, always having fun. You looks like you're always enjoying the environment. What's that like, having that family vibe, that family camaraderie, that because these are things you can't really buy somewhere else. What's that like? Please tell us, because you're in it.
Mate, so you kind of literally to hit it on the nail. Like, it's literally like a family vibe. Like you get in, and it's like all the people around you. They just feel so close to you. It's like you're just visiting your siblings, and like
Mm.
because you see them every day as well. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
walk in, and it's the same faces every day, and you're just like sometimes you don't even say hello because you know you're gonna see them like in a few hours time. Because do you
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
We literally live
Yeah.
at the gym sometimes 2-3 sessions a day, or yeah, and we're just always together and all super high level, all doing well, all learning from each other, and like everyone has different personalities to add to the environment. So we can learn from each other, not just on the mats, but just outside of the cage as well. Just to be a better human, sort of thing.
Yeah, man. For me, it's incredible to see. And I speak to a lot of fighters with almost the same sort of ethos in and around their gym. But what I see with GB Top Team, it's just incredible to see, and that that doesn't happen without your manager Brad Pickett, and the knowledge and wisdom that is immersed upon everybody that turns up at the gym. Can you tell us a little bit more about Brad Pickett and how he's influenced you, and what he's done for your career so far?
100%. So yeah, I think I messaged Brad like close to like 5 to 6 years ago now, or something like that. And
Right.
I just asked if I could come down and see what the team's like, see if it would be a good fit for me. And he said like straight away, pretty much straight away replied to me, say, yeah, come down,
Mm.
and I'll see you here, sort of thing. And yeah, so I made it in, had a good session, and I was like, in my head, I knew I kind of where I needed to be and wanted to be as well. I liked the
Mm.
character that Brad was, and obviously I was a bit of a fanboy as well. Yeah, yeah, we're
That's
back.
interesting when
So yeah, I was a bit of a fanboy as well. Obviously, following
yeah.
Brad's career on TV and everything. When I saw him, I was like, oh,
Mm.
had a bit of like holy shit moment. Like, oh, it's Brad Pickett. Like seeing him in flesh was crazy. Same with Nathaniel Wood. I remember I was on a treadmill warming up, and then I see Nathaniel Wood walk out, like, and I was like, what? It's Nath. I was like, fuck, FC. Do you know what I mean? So I had that bit starstruck as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and ever since I met Brad, he always had the time for me. It's like, and that just showed me that the type of person that he was, he would give his time to anyone, even if he didn't know you. He would give
Mm.
them the time of his day to just try and help you in any way he can, and that's what
Mm.
make him the person that he is. Um, and yeah, and then I just kept training, kept coming, and he's always been a massive help for me, man. Like he kind of like just took me in, like I was his family, even though I wasn't, and that's how he treats everyone.
Mm.
Yeah, um, that he kind of, yeah. Without him, I don't think without him it wouldn't be the same, really. Like he brings all the people together, and he kind of like forms a tribe with very good morals and principles, and he instills like hard work, and just good life morals into people. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
so he's very good mentor and a coach. Goes without saying. Obviously, he's been there, he's done it. You know, he's competed at the world class, highest
Yeah.
level
He's a
possible.
legend.
Yeah, he's a legend, man. Like, got a lot, a lot of admiration for that, for Brad, and what he's done and what he's still doing, how he conducts himself in every day. You know, so yeah, he's definitely one of the people I look up to a lot.
100%. I just wanted to shift gears a little bit and ask, speak to you about some of the bouts, that you've been in. Um, what would you say was like your toughest bout to date? Because obviously your last one that you just had was easy as we opened up with that at the start of the show. What would you say was your toughest bout, and what did you take away from that bout that you think is your toughest bout?
Yeah, so I think my toughest one was the one before my last one against Ben
Right.
Ellis. I would have to say that one because
Mm,
it went all 3 rounds
mm.
in small pro gloves. We just met in the middle and we just had it out for 3 rounds straight. And we both
Absolutely.
took a lot of damage.
That's
We both
mad.
took a lot of damage that we're gonna probably be remembering about for the rest of our lives. Both left a bit of ourselves in that cage in
That's,
Indigo O2. There's a bit of
yeah.
both of us left in there.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but yeah, and I had a bit of an injury going into that fight. The war in Ukraine just kicked off, so like there was a lot on my mind. Injured my hand, I think, in the first
Mm,
round too. Like, I cracked my hand when I connected with one of the shots.
mm.
Um, got loads of cuts. Blood was pouring into my eye from second round on. I was seeing triples. That was an experience of its own. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, it was a tough fight. Loads of adversity to overcome, and then after the fight as well, it was that it felt like a dark period of my life for a bit, like because obviously it was tough fight.
Yeah.
Then I didn't really perform to how I know I could have. You know, it's one of those like
Yeah.
obviously your potential is one thing, but what actually happens on the night is another thing. You know,
Real.
so you saw what happened, and then I had to deal with that, and then I had to deal with rehabbing an injury I had, which took me like 6 to 8 months.
Mm.
And sitting on the loss like that for a year is is hard, you know. Like it definitely it'll make you into a stronger person. Obviously, if you deal with it the right way, or if you
Yeah.
let it drag you down, obviously you're gonna sink. But if you take away from it, if you take the lesson away from it and you learn from it, then it's only gonna make you stronger, and it's gonna make you into a different kind of beast, you know.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that I feel like yeah, I definitely feel like I learned a lot from that fight, and I've leveled up, and like it made me a lot tougher, like in general, like a tougher person, tougher fighter. And I got that first loss on my pro career out of the way as well. Now I feel like a little bit of
Yeah.
weight came
Head
off
off
of my
shoulder.
shoulders. I don't really care about like not being undefeated. Like all of that doesn't matter now. I've had my loss. I had my face punched in. I've been cut. Like I've experienced all of that now. I know what it feels like when it doesn't go your way. So I know what I don't want to feel now in the future.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know I don't want
Ah,
to be that guy. I know I just like I feel like I paid my debt to the sport now. Do you know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I've
yeah,
had
yeah,
I've had many fights. I came out unscathed, like took no damage,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
I feel like I was due a beating. Do you know what I mean? I was due to take some punishment because too many times I've come out unscathed, and
yeah,
now I've paid my debts to the sport. So
yeah.
now I'm good. Do you know what I mean? I can move on, and now I can get what's mine.
I mean, Nick, that's one of the craziest ways that I've heard. I've spoken to loads of fighters, but not one of them has actually described it the way you just described it in terms of paying your debt to the sport and you know, I mean, you've come away unscathed a lot of time, and you know, law of averages is looking like, you know what, that beating is coming down anytime soon, and
Hundred,
indeed, but the thing is this, from you know, some of the research that our editors do, shout out to Isabel, you lot didn't get the respect from that said fight, because no fight of the night, nothing, no bonus was given towards the fight, and all. How did that make you feel, man? Like, you know, a fight that both of you put in so much in. You both put
yeah,
so much
man.
in that
I, f- I felt a bit unappreciated, but it sucked. Of course, it sucked. Like, not obviously Cage Warriors. They don't do fight bonuses anyway.
yeah.
So for a fight of the night, you don't get extra money or anything like that. They don't have like knockouts or performance of the night, like nothing like that.
Mm.
But I've seen them do posts for people
Like
before who,
appreciation posts, recognition posts, that's that
yeah,
sort of thing.
they do. They've done like, oh, what a fight of the night, hundred
Mm.
percent stuff like that. For fights that have been a lot more boring than the fight we had. We had a crazy fight that
Mm.
could have been, yeah. I don't know why or the reasons behind it. It's just what it is, you know. Obviously, we definitely deserve the recognition for that battle we had, but we didn't get it, so it is what it is. Can't really dwell on it too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, did feel a bit like, yeah, you could have said something, but it
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
happen. So
100%.
so we
100%.
just move. We move, you know.
Yeah, man, 100%. And you know, in your words of saying you move, what's next for Nick? What's next for you after seeing that impressive win that you had on March 17th at the O2? You know, what do you want next? What's in your sights? Because you had a very, very impressive finish, and that's the sort of finish that can allow you to make any kind of, say, call out. I'm not saying do a call out here, but to get the next fight that you want from the matchmakers, from the promotion, if you like. You know, you have a win like that, you can pretty much go and demand what I want next from the matchmakers. What are you thinking?
So to be honest, I don't really have my eyes set on anyone in particular
Mm,
for like in terms of like calling people out or anyone like that.
yeah.
There's few people I see, I'm like, yeah, I'd fight you, it'd be a good fight for me and stuff like that. But I don't really want to mention their names just in case. I don't want to stir the pot
100%, 100%.
before I have to sort of thing. Like, I'm keeping
Mm,
my options open. I'll let my management do what they do. I got new managers, heavy duty management, very good. So yeah, I'll let them do their job.
mm.
I have one more fight on my contract with Cage Warriors. Um,
Okay.
and I'm looking to get back out there in July, back in Indigo O2. So
Oh,
that's the plan. That's the plan.
that's nice. That's nice. I mean, when you put it like that, and you got one fight left on your contract in a situation like this, we've seen a lot of fighters that's really done well, that's shown in Cage Warriors like you have, and I've gone on to do great things with bigger promotions, and we know what Cage Warriors affiliation to the UFC is. A lot of good, a lot of top fighters that's left Cage Warriors. We've seen them go onto the UFC. People like Modestas Bukauskas, Paddy Pimblett, just to name a couple that's passed through the promotion and gone on to do UFC. And I'm sure, as a fighter yourself that has big aspirations, that want big things, you you gotta be eyeballing a promotion like UFC, maybe even PFL or one of the top promotions out there. You've got to be eyeballing one of those to get onto that next level of your career.
100%. Like it. Like growing up as a fan as well. Like I've seen many. Like obviously, I've studied a lot of fighters. I've been a
Mm,
fanboy and stuff like that. I'll be like, for example, going on YouTube in Masvidal and like checking all of his fights where he fought. Like going researching like Chuck Liddell, like
yeah.
Wanderlei Silva, Anderson Silva.
Mm,
Like a lot of them like fought in what's it's called now? Rising. It was Dream before, right? Dream.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're back. So yeah, for myself, like it would be pretty cool to just fight around the world. Like for example, like in Japan on Rising, you know, in America, in like in somewhere in Dubai, like in different countries.
Yeah,
That's one of the reasons why I want to do the sport as well, because I know it's through I've most of the places I've visited and the places I've traveled to was in connection with the sport. So if it wasn't
man.
for me participating in MMA, I wouldn't have traveled all those places and
Mm,
experienced all those cultures. So, and I'm sure if I stay with it, MMA is going to take me like a lot more places around the world,
yeah.
and that's the plan. Do you know what I mean? I don't really want to like tie myself down just to one place and that's it.
Mm.
I want to experience many different things in life.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's one of the perks of the jobs, isn't it? As a fighter, you get to see so many different places in the world. You travel around the world and visiting so many different arenas as well. Because you start to check out arenas as you fight, and there'll be some that in your mind you really want to fight here, you really want to fight there. Historical arenas like MSG and places like that. You want to start checking them off as well. So yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from there. We know I'm not going to keep you for much longer. I'm very, very conscious of the time, and thank you so much for the time that you're giving us so far. Um, we know you don't really go by a fight nickname, even though we know there's a couple out there for you that's lingering about. But when when you get announced in that, we don't. I don't know why. What I mean, I've not seen them really drop a nickname in there, but we know some people call you Ukrainian beefcake. Some people call you big bags. Which one is it? And do you really want to go forward down the line using one of them names? What is it that that's not really allow you to run with those nicknames? I made it seriously big, man. I mean, big bags. I think big bags is good. Like securing the bag in that. You get me? Like, what do you
Yeah, I
think?
like it. I like it. That's the thing. There's few good ones, and I'm not really sure which one to roll with. So people need to step up and make that decision for me because that's what nicknames are about. That's what people know you as, right? That's what they call you. So they need to decide what it is: beefcake, big bags, Ukrainian freight train,
Oh,
whatever. Do you know what I mean? All of
yeah.
those. I just need the unanimous decision from my
Uh,
guys. Yeah,
all right. You know what? I'm gonna try and run it. Because we do the watch along this weekend, but I'm gonna speak to a few of our audience and run a poll on it. But I'll see what goes on. I'll send you the result and see what people are saying about that, man. But
yeah.
I
But
like
we
big
need.
bags a lot, man. You know what I mean?
It's
Because boy,
good. It's good.
it's all
It's
about
good.
securing them bags, man. You man are prize fighters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't you know you're not there to do this for free. You're there to secure the bag to get that money and provide for your family and secure you know a good life for your family as well, man. So yeah, man, I feel like I like big bags, but when I run the poll on the weekend when we're doing the watch along, I'm definitely gonna put that out there, man. And see what result we come back with. You know what I mean? So
You have to do. You have to do Ukrainian beefcake. Uh, secure the bag, big bags,
big bags.
and the fourth one should be like their own recommendation
All right. Okay. Yep.
in case
Okay.
they suggest a good one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And lastly, the question I was going to ask you last. Obviously, you said you got one fight left on your contract. I mean, going out with the likes of Kate, Wesley, Lona, and yourself, all four of you from the same gym on the same card. Did that motivate you guys to really go out there and really do? Because having teammates like that from a gym on one card and each other probably watching each other's fight from the back, and that does that put added spice, added pressure, added motivation, added layer of I want to go and do it for my team now because one of my teammates has just got it done. I want to go out there and step out as well and make it happen. Does that come into equation, or do you just let the fight play out how it plays out? Please tell us.
Yeah, so it's a tricky one because it's kind of like pretty sick to share cards with like four of your teammates. That's quite solid, like, and especially the fact that we all won. Like after the fight at night, it looks solid. Do you know what I mean? Like
For real.
big show out for the team.
Yeah, man.
But before the fight, coming into the fight, I knew there was going to be four of us on. So, and I remember when I fought a year ago against Ben, there was at least three of us as well.
Yeah.
And I just remember that everyone won, and I was the only one who lost. So like, in my head, I have to stay focused regardless of whether my teammates are doing well or if they're not. I had to just stay within myself and just focus on me whilst I'm there. So like, and that's what I did, yeah. And after the fight, obviously I saw that Wes won. Wes won before me. It was
Yeah.
good, but I couldn't really celebrate because I was
Yeah.
just I was I was I was focusing on myself. And then
Mm.
after I was focusing on other people from the gym and they were doing well, so it was just happy times. But yeah, it was probably more pressure than anything because I didn't want it to be the same result as last time. I wanted to make sure I get in the W column this time round,
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean,
regardless of what's going on around. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, 100%, 100%. I mean, it's again ability to compartmentalize and just put things away and focus on your own performance and then celebrate whatever needs to be celebrated afterwards. Nick, you've been fantastic with your time. Thank you so much. You've been so generous. We love you. We're gonna continue to promote you on our page. Anyways, we're always gonna try and promote you, push you out there. We're gonna watch your fight. We're gonna I mean, follow what you do, and if you check our page, you see we show love to a lot of the fighters that we rock with on there. Like I said, I read their names off to you earlier on, and thank you for pulling up on the Fight Week show, man. We really appreciate you. Is there anything that you want to promote? We know you run one-to-one classes and stuff like that. Is there anything you want to promote, people you want to thank, your sponsors, your team, things like that? Please, you have the floor.
Yeah. So first of all, let me just say thank you for your time as well. I appreciate you having me on your show and having a conversation with me, guys. I appreciate it a lot as well. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and yeah, it was fun. And in regards to my sponsors, I'm rocking the hoodie right now. Cars, yeah, Cars and
Yeah.
Vigorate, two of my main sponsors. I
Mm.
want to thank them a lot. And yeah, my whole team, GB top team, all my training partners, all the coaches, Brad, Ash, Barry, um, um, and yeah, like you mentioned, the classes, I run 3 classes a week. So guys, if you want to come learn some striking, come Monday night, 7:30, 8:45. Saturday mornings I take boxing. So yeah, just hit me up on Instagram. We can do some private training as well. Hit me up for those PTs. And yeah, that's about it. So shout out to everyone who's just involved in my life and just supports me how they can. I appreciate everyone in my life. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, man, fantastic, fantastic. And you know, we've already had a personal invite to the gym from Kate as well. She said, you know, one day you might just pull up and come see what we do in person, man. And we're working on that. And you know, sometime just before it happens, we you know, we're gonna let you guys know that we're definitely gonna pull up and you know, we'll come and say hello to you, you know, in person and talk to you and if that's all right with you.
Yeah, come along, 100%. Come along. We'll go live as well. We'll see what you're
Yeah, man.
about. Yeah, give you a few tips here and there.
No. I'm just an armchair fan, man. You know what I mean?
Come on,
You
bro.
man will crumble, man. You know what I mean? That no. Seriously though, it's something that we definitely looking forward to, and yeah, I'll try and make that happen, man. I definitely want to come meet you guys in person because you guys are a big part of what we do, and yeah, without you lot, we ain't got the sport. There's no sport, and you know, you guys put your bodies on the line to entertain us every time, and there's no end of appreciation from our side, man. Definitely truly respect what you guys do, man. You guys are phenomenal, and yeah, thank you for all you do as sports persons, MMA athletes, and yeah, you know, nothing but respect, love and respect from us, man. 100%.
Appreciate the kind words, man. Like, it means a lot. Trust me.
Yeah, man. Salute, man. Salute. And people, we've come to the end of the show. This has been Nick Bagley. We're going to decide what the nickname is going to be. The watch along. Come and join us over the weekend when we do the watch along for Easy versus Alex Pereira. It's been a mad one. Thank you so much for your time, Nick. You've been truly generous. Thank you so much, man. Up to the next time. We salute you, people. We're out. Big up.
Appreciate it. Peace.